Whoop. I wasn't expecting it to be the full version. Whoopsie. Hello, MIFV MAX members and Kaiju lovers. I am Nathan Marchand, and this is our 4th episode of what would normally be the Patreon exclusive YouTube live show. But today, I got a lot of cool stuff going on, and I wanted to make this available to everybody. And I have a special guest with me here today, and here he is, Tom Servo.
Why, hello there, Nate. I'm huge. Anyway, I'm glad you invited. Wait, did you look a little surprised there, Nate? Did you not invite me on the show?
No, but I'm glad that you're here. I mean, I'm a huge fan. I have been since I was basically in high school, and you know, I discovered MST3K.
Yeah. You know, I've been around for years. I've heard it all. I'm your hero. I've heard it all. Anyway, I guess I'm not needed here, so I'll see you later.
Oh, wait. Oh, I'm sorry, Tom, but okay. It was nice meeting you.
Anyway, it's really me.
Are we having fun yet?
Not at all.
Oh, man, I gotta admit, I am a little jealous that you got yourself a little Tom there. Not little.
He's great. This is a Tom Servo I built myself years ago. So this is one of my favorite things in the world, and it ties in nicely to what we're going to be talking about. So I just kind of wanted to show him off.
Yeah, indeed it does. At this point, I am just waiting for. Let's just chit chat here for a few minutes before we dive into it. Give people time to jump into the stream. Try to get some more people added to this. And I promise everybody we'll get this over with before Kaiju Kim does her stream at 7, because I don't want to compete with her. I don't want to cannibalize viewers and from her, nor her from me, and all of that sort of stuff. So if you're planning on watching her stream at 7 Eastern, I should say, I promise we'll do our best to get that all wrapped up. But if you are in the stream, please let us know, because we are doing a giveaway, and you have to be in the stream to win. Got it? All right, I think we got this.
I think so.
Yeah, and Danny, you are in charge of drawing the names while I display the prizes and all that fun stuff. But the drawing will not be until the end of the stream, and so we got a lot of stuff to get through before we get to there. So everybody, as you're joining the stream, your name will get added onto that. Now we'll show off the rules for the giveaway here shortly. As we go, but
once you jump in, I will add your name.
Hey, there's Michael. You got to add Michael.
Michael's not allowed to win any prizes, but I've got a bunch of names in a cup, and a Godzilla foot cup, so I'm ready to go.
Well, I have Michael's whining. I was like, what if I'm the only one here? I guess
Michael, if you're the only one here, you win all the prizes.
Yeah, I guess you win everything, because what am I going to do with this stuff? So
you can't give it to me because I already have all of it.
Yeah, you have kindly exempted yourself. So Michael is here. You got to throw Michael. You got to throw another name into the bucket for Michael.
Yes, another Michael name. All right, writing on high-tech tablet, scanning name, Sharpie and paper. Actually, so this is pretty low tech. I don't even have a pair of scissors. I'm living on the edge here.
Like Bon Jovi?
I wish. No, actually, I'm fine not living that on the edge. I do love me some Bon Jovi though.
Yes.
Let's live it on a prayer. By the way.
I'm actually sending out invitations. Well, not invitation, but I'm sending the stream to other people right now to let them know that stuff is happening, and they should join us for the fun.
Yes, you can win amazing things that I'm not going to say yet. But if you've seen it online, you've seen it online. But I don't know. The only part I play in that is drawing the names, because I I was told I would get to talk about Mystery Science Theater, so it's the only reason I'm here. That's about it.
Yeah, you don't have ulterior motives, not at all.
No, dear God, no. Why would no? Goodness, that's ridiculous. Oh man, yes. Let people.
I am sending. I am sharing this so much. I'm spamming people on Facebook right now. They probably hate me at the moment.
I just want you to know that the board is going to be sending you a thing saying, maybe you should have done this before the stream started.
Yeah, well, I'm sending even more now just to let people remind people. But
in that case, semantics.
Chris says he's in the stream. Well, then then you need to give me a comment.
Yes, if you're in the stream.
Neil Reeves says I just gave your video a like, but so I need to say so I'm going to tell him leave a comment so I know.
That's right. Free stuff.
Yeah.
Free stuff. And if you get bored, you can just count all the vinyl toys behind me.
Yes.
Just make it like what we'll do Where's Waldo, but we'll do Where's Minya. Can you find Minya?
Where's Minya? Where's that book been all my life?
I don't know, but quite frankly, I'd write it if I didn't think Toho would C&D me out of existence.
Oh yeah, because they love doing that. I can't begin to tell you how many times I've been a little bit okay. Michael is correcting me. It's apparently Aerosmith. Don't call me during the stream, Michael.
I thought you were talking about Living on a Prayer.
I thought I was thinking of Living on the Edge, not Living on a Prayer.
Because then you mentioned Bon Jovi, and I was like, "Are you talking about Living on a Prayer?" I didn't want to, I was just humoring you. Both are good songs.
Hey, Chris left a comment in the stream, so he gets another name.
Hey, now we're cooking.
In the bucket. Oh, we got some more. The viewership's jumping up right now.
All right. Now we are Chris cooking. Writing that down.
Oh, he says, I was calling to correct you. It's like, yeah. And I can see you in the chat, man. I get it.
Oh, man, that's good. All right. I literally did write Chris cooking, by the way.
Here's Chris. It's like, I was watching on Patreon and couldn't comment there.
That's because Patreon is...
Well, I mean, I need to know you're in YouTube.
All the action is on YouTube, man.
Yeah, all the action's on YouTube. You want it? You want in on this? You got to do this. All right. So let's get the show on the road. Let's make sure that this actually works. Let me, because I've been fighting a little bit with PowerPoint, but
you and StreamYard are friends, kind of, not really. I don't know.
Frenemies? Maybe
that would imply that there's a friendship aspect to it, but I really just feel like StreamYard doesn't like you.
Yeah, perhaps. But as you can see, and I'm going to make this box a little bit smaller to help myself out here. Oh crap! It does. Oh no, see, it doesn't. You can see it get smaller, but then it still looks okay.
That's fine.
Yeah.
The viewers
so
have
that way I can hit the space bar and all that fun stuff on here. But we are going to be talking about, as you've hinted at already, Danny, the influence of MST3K or Mystery Science Theater 3000 on MIFV.
Yes, we are.
And the funny thing is that I started to realize as time went on working on this podcast that it's actually more prominent than I originally thought.
That's the power of Mystery Science Theater. Is it infects your brain and it starts to work its way into how you live your life and approach other creative projects, because
basically
it does, because it just kind of becomes the more of it you see, the more of it just kind of becomes part of your creative vocabulary, because it's so darn good.
Yes. Now, for those who don't know, because I'm going to assume not everybody gets this, but for those who don't know, Mystery Science Theater 3000 was a television show started by Joel Hodgson back in, it was technically in was it 1989 when he was doing it on KTMA out of Minneapolis?
1988. So it was even earlier.
88. Okay.
Yeah.
And so it was just a silly little thing that he did on basically a public access station, and where it was him with a couple of robot puppets, and they would watch bad movies, with a little silhouette like you see right there. and they would occasionally crack jokes at it because I hear all the I've only seen bits and pieces of the KTMA episodes, but they're not very good, to say the least, because they almost never said anything. It was just the movie.
I recommend watching them. They're actually, it's a different style of humor. It's mostly ad-libbed, but it's actually, there's some good jabs they get in those episodes. I've seen all of those. They're actually really worth watching.
Oh, I'm sure sure it is, but it was definitely a warm-up period at that point.
For sure.
Yeah. So, and then that was discovered by Comedy Central. And then they said, hey, you want to put this on? Because it was, it was just starting off and they needed to fill time slots. And this was, cheap, and they could fill a 2-hour time slot and all that fun stuff. And then, they ended up, they put it on there. The show became a hit. It unfortunately ended up changing hands a couple of times. It went to Sci-Fi Channel for a few seasons. Then it went away. Then it got brought back and it was on Netflix. And then they did 2 more seasons on Netflix with a new host. And then, it went away again. And now they just kickstarted a new season that they're going to do completely 100% independent, to which I say, go you. Yes. So I'm looking forward to that. I contributed to that Kickstarter. I'm sure you did as well.
Yes.
But the basic premise has remained the same. It's a host, some robot puppets. They sit in front of, they green screen themselves, but they're sitting in a theater. They watch a cheesy movie and they make fun of it. And there is a story to it. It originally started with Joel, who, as the theme song tells us, wasn't liked by his bosses. So they shot him into space and they make him, they're mad scientists, and they force him to watch these bad movies as basically a psychological experiment because they got nothing better to do, apparently.
La la la.
Yes, exactly. And that is basically the same premise. And they'll take breaks and they'll have host segments throughout it. So they'll take a little break from the movie, do something just off the wall goofy. Sometimes it has something to do with the movie. Sometimes it doesn't. So, you're not just sitting there and watching it all the way through. If anybody here is familiar with Rifftrax, which has been around for, I think, 15 years now, it's kind of a spinoff of MST3K in a way. But some of the guys who worked on MST3K started Rifftrax, which is basically the same thing, except it's just audio commentaries. But it's still them poking fun at whatever movie it is, or sometimes they do shorts and poking fun at all of those things.
Same premise, no storyline.
No.
And they tried to do a storyline with the film crew, but they didn't. They only got 4 episodes out of the gate. But Rifftrax has been super I went to their live show last week.
I did too. For Hobgoblins. Yes, I went to it too. So we were probably watching at the same time. We would have had to have been,
yeah. Sure, since it was live streamed, live cast.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. So anyway, we'll move on to the next slide. So these are the rules for. I hope everyone can see it. These are the rules for the giveaway. The giveaway will be at the end of the stream, so you got to stick around the whole time. So if you are, if you join Patreon, the MIFV Patreon, at any point during the stream, you get 3 entries thrown in. And I can't remember exactly how many prizes I have, but it's a good 7 or 8 prizes. So we got a lot of prizes to give away. So you get 3 entries for joining at any point in the stream. If you're already on Patreon, so people like Chris, Michael, you get 2 entries automatically. And then you get 1 entry for being in the chat. So if you're already in the chat, for one thing, you got to let us know you're in the chat, but you get 1 entry thrown in. You get 1 entry if you are a current patron and you upgrade your pledge to a higher tier. Doesn't matter if you're at the tier 1 and you go to tier 2. So from $3 to $5. Doesn't matter. You get 1 more entry thrown in. Okay. And then you get another entry. There's going to be 5 trivia questions throughout the stream. And if you just type in the answer in the stream within 30 seconds, I'll give everybody 30 seconds to answer the trivia question. And if you get the answer right, you get 1 more entry thrown into the bucket. Okay. And in case anybody wants to really gun, because I'm gun for for a different prize, one of the bigger prizes, everybody gets 1 pass. So if we draw your name, but you don't want that prize, you can say, I pass, to try to get something else. But that is the one time you get 1 pass at that. So choose wisely, as a famous knight told us in a certain Last Crusade.
The very specific Last Crusade.
Yes. So let's do our first trivia question. So I have, I'm going to get my timer ready. So I will read the question and then in 30 seconds, throw the answer into the chat. So in the MST3K version of his fight song, Jet Jaguar is said to look like which celebrity? Go.
Do 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 do.
Oh, Michael says he just upgraded his patronage. You want to throw another name in the hat?
I'm on it. I'm on it. Does nobody know the answer?
Chris just gave us an answer in the chat. Oh, and there's Michael.
Hey.
Okay, I know the timer's done, but I'll give everybody, because there might be a little bit of a delay or something with it. So I'll see if anyone else throws in there. So we've got Chris says Ultraman, and Michael says Tom Cruise.
Does it have to be the right answer?
It has to be the right answer, unfortunately.
I am very sorry because it. No.
Yeah, but anyway, should we give him like one more chance, like one more shot? Because I'm going to tell you both, you're wrong.
You're very wrong.
Both of you, very wrong. Does anyone else want to take a shot at it? Anyone? Bueller? Oh, Michael Jackson. No.
I feel like you're somehow getting closer, but it's
not really.
Not really.
Okay, here. I'll be nice. I'll throw all of you a bit of a bone. Think. Okay. It's a two-part clue. 1, Jet is very smiley, and 2, Batman.
Wow, that's if they don't get it after that one. Well, Tim Burton is crying somewhere right now.
No, not quite. I said celebrity, not character. Chris got it.
All right.
Chris got it. So Chris gets one more name thrown in there. And if time's up, people, you had your chance. But yes, Jack Nicholson. Look up the lyrics or watch the video on YouTube. They say he looks like Jack Nicholson.
Yes. All right. So one more name in the bucket for Mr. Chris.
Chris. All righty.
All right. It's going in. I'm doing this. I'm very old school. I'm very practical.
Yes.
Actual bucket, actual note. Boink, down it goes. So.
Michael is not happy.
Thanks for the parentheses there, bud.
Jack Nicholson.
I was about to do a
yes, because of the horrifying smile and murderous eyes. Sure, yes, we'll go. Yes. Certainly the smile. I don't know about the murderous eyes. I mean, come on. Jet's definitely a hero, and he hates on the island with MIFV MAX. What?
I was going to say something like all work, no play makes Jet a dull boy or something. I don't know.
Yeah. But here you go. Yep. Jack Nicholson. All right. So let's get on to the main part of the discussion. So one of the things, as I was thinking about, we got a 5th person in the chat. Please leave us a comment. We know who you are, so we can add you to the bucket for the big giveaway at the end. I'll keep monitoring the chat as best I can. So first thing I want to talk about is how MST3K and its characters influence the characters on the podcast. So the first thing, and this is the most obvious thing, and feel free to expand on any of these points, Danny. But I would say to a certain extent, MIFV MAX on the show is kind of like Joel or Mike or Jonah, the 3 main hosts that we have had on that have been on MST3K, and the some of the points that I had to go along with that is he is not liked by his bosses. The board is not a fan of Nate.
Can't imagine why.
He is made to watch bad movies, especially this season when he was basically mandated. You have to watch all the Gamera movies, not just the ones you like.
Oh, poor Gamera.
Oh, yes, poor Gamera. And he has been threatened with being shot into space, which I will confess to you, for those who don't know, when I wrote the script for the very first episode of MIFV, which, when I was just saying, this is what the show is going to be about, it was my introductory episode, that was meant to just be a throwaway little line that referenced MST3K, and it has now turned into a thing. I love it when that happens. But yes, if Nate violates his contract with the board, into orbit he goes.
And we can't have that.
Of course not.
No, that would just be silly. I don't
know. Chris is still stuck on Jet right now. As Jet, yes, but much like Michael Keaton, I believe it's entirely possible that Nicholson killed someone.
I buy it. I buy it.
Yeah,
the man definitely looks like he's taken a life at some point. I don't know. I don't want to make assumptions, but
yeah, possibly. But along similar lines. So if Nate is like Joel or any of the other hosts of MST3K, and he's not liked by his bosses, well, who are his bosses? That would be the board of directors. So I guess in a way, that makes the board of directors the Mads. Right here, this is not the only ones. They had a couple different ones. They've had several different ones, actually. This is probably the most famous pair of the Mads, which is TV's Frank and Dr. Forrester, with his green lab coat, and they would come on and say, guess what, Joel or Mike or whatever, this is the movie I'm making you watch today, and I hope it makes you miserable, that sort of thing, or they would do invention exchange and do, as part of some of the pre-movie comedy sketches and things like that. So I said, they are comically evil, but unlike the Mads, you don't see the board. That is the big difference. And see above, because they don't like Nate, so they try to make his life a little bit miserable. So, and this was actually something I was thinking about last night, putting this presentation together. And I'll ask you what you think, Danny. So, does this make Jimmy the bots?
Yes, in a weird way, and let me explain, because but also I'm trying to think of a good way to say this, because it's both a yes and a no, because in a lot of ways I almost feel like the roles have been reversed a little bit. Joel Hodgson has talked at length about how the bots like Tom here are basically filling a similar kind of a storytelling and comedic role to the idea of a ventriloquist dummy, where the dummy will say crazy, silly things, and the straight man, the puppeteer, has to keep them kind of in line a little bit. And that's kind of almost the relationship you have with Jimmy, where he'll be over here saying something in a kind of robot voice, by the way. And yes, it'll be like off the wall, or kind of a funny observation of something. And you'll have to kind of, yeah, I know. But there are also times where he's the straight man and he has to rein you in.
Yes.
So I would say that the kind of narrative role of straight man, funny man, and they're kind of reversed for you, because you don't have, I wouldn't say that the show has a clear bot, Tom Servo and Crow. I'm not sure what's the word I'm looking for. There's not really that entire thing isn't really represented on the show in the same way that Mystery Science Theater 3000 did. And that's a good thing, because trying to top that winning formula or copy it is just a recipe for disaster, because
it is. Yeah. But in a way, because the bots are also kind of like sidekicks to the host. Mm-hmm. In a lot of ways, Jimmy serves a very similar function as the producer on the show. He's definitely modeled more so after a producer on a radio show, where sometimes they'll occasionally pipe in and banter with the host or badger the host. Sometimes you hear them, sometimes you don't.
Yeah,
that sort of
my favorite.
What was that?
I was just going to say my favorite example of that kind of interaction is from the sitcom Frasier, where he would have where Roz would pipe in and be sarcastic and like call him out on his nonsense, or sometimes put him on the air, like put him on. Well, he's always on the air. Put him on, like put the spotlight on him while he was on the air. Put him on the spot and kind of embarrass him a little bit. And she was great. The relationship between Frasier and Roz in that show is so good. It's so funny, so well written. I hear echoes of that sometimes when I listen to the show, just that kind of witty banter back and forth. And it's especially made all the more interesting because one of the parties is not heard at all except for beeps.
Yeah, which in a way also, that I think was probably inspired a little bit by the adults in in Charlie Brown, where it's like, but the kids all know what they're saying, but you don't.
Exactly. It's like R2 and 3PO. 3PO knows what R2's saying,
Yes.
Like nobody, we don't know. We can assume.
Nick Blackler. Hey, Nick Blackler. Throw his name in the bucket. Nick Blackler in the house.
All right.
The house. Hey, Nick.
So he's in the house is what you're trying to say. Ever so subtly imply that he is in the house.
Yes.
Okay.
Also, I think I need to, not just me. I think we all need to be a little bit terrified right now, Danny, because,
Oh, I always feel like somebody's watching me.
That's what the song tells us. I don't know what to do with that one. No idea what to do with that one. So it's one of those moments where a piece of my fictional little world kind of reaches out from beyond the fourth wall and lets me know that it's there. Kind of like when we did the first anniversary special last year.
And the board did send you a message. And so
did
Dr. Dorff. He sent a message.
Dr. Dorff, and that was terrifying for you because you helped create that character. And
yeah, I was in on the ground floor, and it really does kind of feel like something that you've made coming to life, and doing weird things and trying not to be.
That has to be a bit of a writer's nightmare, isn't it? The characters come to life and like, why are you doing these things to me?
Why are you alive and nonfiction now? Like, what's going on?
Yeah. So, like, what is going on? All right. So now let's, unless you've got something else to add to that, we'll move on to the next trivia question.
Go for it.
All right, here we go. So, and this is all of the trivia questions come to us. You know what? I'm not even going to bother with the timer because live streaming gets a little bit goofy, but we aren't going to spend forever on these. So all of the questions, by the way, are inspired by the prizes that I will be giving away. So question number 2, which famous Toho director helmed 5 episodes, count them, 5 episodes of Return of Ultraman, including the pilot? So send us your answers in the chat.
Do it. Or it'll be. I don't want to say you'll be sorry. Just do it.
They're talking to you, Danny.
Do be a chum and
add on names to the bucket.
do be a good chum and add our names to the bucket. Hey, what? Haha, bully. Yes.
Yes.
I think I will. I think I'll do that. Yes. All right. I'm gonna write MIFV Mabod.
That's what Danny. Oh, I got Danny on the brain. Now that is what Jimmy likes to call them, the Mibod. But anyway, to repeat, which famous Toho director helmed 5 episodes of Return of Ultraman, including the pilot? Do we have any? Can you see the chat out of curiosity? Because I
cannot see the chat
in the way
from where I am. I cannot see it.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna move this over here because I don't have to see myself that badly, but I want to be able to see the chat.
Yeah.
So anyway, okay. Okay, I'm just going to keep waiting. We'll let everybody have a chance. We've got answers coming in. But
all right.
I want to make sure everybody has a chance. I will, you know what? Now. Oh, wait, who's this? Neon Riley. We got a Neon Riley in the house. So make sure you add him, Danny, to the bucket.
All right. I'm on it.
Okay. I think now, what do you say? I think we've given, have they had enough time now, Danny? Do you think they've had enough time?
Oh yeah. If they haven't gotten it yet, they're not going to get it. I'm sorry.
Okay. So here's the correct answer. Ishiro Honda.
Yes.
Poor Michael, he got it wrong. He said Fukuda.
That was a good guess, Michael. That is a good guess. That's a legitimate. That is a good guess.
It is a good guess, but he also didn't spell the name right. Look at that. It's Fakuda.
Fakuda. Fakudi.
That sounds like a slur of some kind. But
Bear Vakuda.
Yeah, but Nick Blackler got it right.
Nick got it.
And a boy, Chris Cook, he got it right. Ishiro Honda.
All right. Who got it right?
Nick very interesting, because that was a point in Honda's career where he was Michael, don't judge me. But that was a point in Honda's career, because the Return of Ultraman was made in 1971. That was a point where Honda had switched over basically to television after Space Amoeba in 1970. And I kind of did it as a favor, to be honest, for everybody, showing them how to actually, do filmmaking and things like that. It's a very interesting story. And I will admit, a lot of Honda's episodes tended to be some of the better ones, actually, of that series. So
they were, and that's a great series overall, very strong. Now, so Nick got one, and who else got one?
We had Chris. It was Chris. Chris got and Nick Blackler. Michael got it wrong, and then whoever Neon Riley here is, he just says, "Hey, he got it right." You know what? I'm feeling generous, because he knew that Chris got it right. Throw in a name for Neon Riley, because
I will.
Knew he got it right. So we'll throw him in too.
All right, we'll add that to the list of rules we make up that don't involve Michael ever.
Come on! This is like, whose line is it anyway? The points are made up and the rules don't matter, or no? It's the rules are made up and the points don't matter. That's what it is.
Yeah, exactly. This is as long as a handful of people get to walk away with free.
Woo.
He's saying whoa, and you got to say three names in the Stompy Cup.
The Stompy Cup.
The Stompy Cup. Actually, so this is funny.
What kind of screwed up rules are these? Ours.
Here, see if I can find this. So it's hard to see, but there are hooves coming out because this is Bambi meets Godzilla.
Oh, I wondered if that's what it was.
There's little deer hooves coming out. And there's actually two. It's really gross. There's two eyeballs. It's really messed up. This was hand sculpted. And I got it at G.
Hold it up again. I'll make the screen bigger.
Yes. There I am. Okay, that's actually better. So there's two gross eyes coming out. Yeah, there's his little Bambi butt, and then here's the rest of them. And I'm guessing those are guts. It's pretty messed up, but
it's even more gruesome than the actual cartoon. But
no, it's pretty disgusting. This was hand sculpted, and copies were sold at G-Fest a few years ago. Yes, it is very, very good. I'm going to paint it at some point, but I kind of like the grayscale at the moment. So
that's how the cartoon was. But anyway, We'll move on to our next slide. So plot lines. Now, admittedly, MST3K wasn't usually very story driven. It was more character driven than anything else, and joke driven. More like almost more like a vaudeville show where there isn't necessarily a through line in terms of story. It's more setup and character based.
Exactly.
But that doesn't mean that that they were completely devoid of story. So, like I mentioned before, Nate is threatened with being shot into space.
Yes.
which we've talked about it already. The Year of Gamera. Do I have that? Let me see. Do I have that still installed here on my funny little soundboard? Let me find it for you. But yes. Gamera is really neat. Gamera is filled with meat. We've been eating
Okay.
Shell, teeth, eyes, flames, claws, breath, scales, fun.
But yes, the Year of Gamera, the second season of the show, was inspired by the Gamera episodes of MST3K. I am very proud of that. And they're actually some of the best, I think, of the show. Those were all from, I believe it was season 3. They did 5 of them, which is just nuts.
They did the whole Sandy Frank pack. A lot of people ask why they didn't do the other 3, and that's just because they weren't part of the bundle that they got. The bundle that they got was the Sandy Frank package, which also came with both the Fugitive Alien movies, Time of the Apes, and a movie that they did on KTMA but did not redo, which was Legend of the Dinosaurs and Monster Birds.
That's kind of funny that they didn't do that. And also,
anyway, I love this thing.
Anyway, so yeah, Nate being made to watch the old Gamera movies, because I think I've said this at other elsewhere. Nate on the show, yes, he doesn't really care for the show Gamera movies all that much, but I don't share his ire. I don't like the show Gamera movies as much as the Heisei trilogy or the Brave, but what you hear on the show is exaggerated for comedic value. Just so everyone knows, because I don't hate those movies.
I've seen you've gotten a few comments like, dude, why are you hating on Show of Gamera? And you have to go in and be like, it's just part of the joke.
Yeah, it's part of the shtick. Don't worry.
Especially with the last one, Super Monster. Because,
yes, which had you.
Yes, which had me. Actually, while I'm here, I do have this right next to me. If anybody wants to know more about Gamera Super Monster, here's the book I mentioned.
Yes.
Get this book. It's very good. It's very, very fun. But yes, it was just next to me. Figured I'd grab it. But it's watching you or listening to you slowly but surely disintegrate into madness while watching that movie. And it's funny because I knew what most of your talking points were going to be, because you've talked to me at length about Gamera Super Monster before. I was there. I was one of the first people you talked to after you watched it the first time. And you were like, I can't believe what I just saw. It's like, it's a wacky movie. It's nuts. It's nuts. But I love it. So
what? Michael, what's he talking about here? Which one's the one with the one? That's a lot of ones. With Danny and the Pteranodon Bot. That was my favorite Gamera episode of MIFV. That was Super Monster.
That's Super Monster, where Jimmy dropped me into the Pacific, and I basically swindled him out of a robot.
Yeah.
Good. That needs to.
By the way, I did not know that was coming.
Well, yeah, that's
when we recorded that. I did not know that was going to happen. So I rolled with it.
That's something I've been slowly kind of building up to over the last year, trying to I wonder if I can get Jimmy to just give me the robot. I wonder if he'll go for it. I wonder if this fictional person, fictional robot.
Yeah, and Neon Riley here says it has some nice words for you, Danny. He says you did a great job defending the movie.
Thank you, Neon. Thank you so much. I'm glad to hear. I'm glad to hear you enjoyed it. It was a fun episode to do. It's a movie that it needed a little bit of defending. Again, it's not a great film, but it definitely needed some explanation as to why it's is the way.
Yeah, I will tell you, I'm actually surprised that one hasn't at some point been on MST3K, because it's kind of the one that I feel like asks for it the most. Well, they all kind of, but I mean, for those who didn't hear, there is going to be more Gamera on MST3K. They have announced that one of the, I think is it 12 or 13 episodes that they're doing?
13.
One of they've announced 3 of them, and one of them will be Gamera versus Jiger. So we're getting more Gamera on MST3K. So they're going back to that lovely well.
Yes, and I was a little nervous. I was a little nervous because they, in one of the more recent Kickstarter updates, they discussed losing the rights to a couple of movies they wanted to get and then getting them back. But apparently Gamera versus Jiger is not one of them. It's not only still in the season, but from what I understand, part of their deal with Katakawa is that they can't actually cut the film in any way. They can't delete scenes or edit it in any way. So the film, because most Mystery Science Theater movies are edited in some fashion. So
either for time or for content occasionally.
Yes. Yeah, a lot of movies like Side Hackers in season 2 and The Incredible Melting Man in season 7 had to be cut for graphic content that you still couldn't show on most channels today.
Yeah, there was another one that I saw. It was a Zombie Nightmare, which has Adam West in it, and they have this. There's this really awkward cut where when you're watching it, it goes from the characters talking, or maybe even the titular zombie was getting loose and was supposed to be going after somebody, and then it cuts to the next day, and they said, "Oh, somebody got murdered. Somebody got impaled with a baseball bat." I'm like,
yeah, they had to cut that scene because
strong you would have to be to impale someone with a baseball bat.
I mean, it's a movie about this giant muscular moose of a man being run over by a car and then turned into a zombie by Discount Eartha Kitt. It's not a good film, so I'm not looking for logic in my zombie.
But I'm guessing that the baseball impaling scene had been awkwardly edited out because we can't have that on TV.
Well, there's another reason. They were going to try to keep that sequence, but unfortunately, I'm trying to tread lightly around this, but the guy who got impaled was in the middle of something else.
Oh, that might have been why.
And I refuse to go any farther.
Slasher movie fashion, so I see how this works. But so admittedly, that was a little sounds like the Friday the 13th sequel. Yeah, it sounds like all of it. But so apparently we're getting the uncut movie, which will be interesting. I really do want them to do Super Monster, just because maybe they should save Super Monster for the last one so they could be like, didn't we see this before? You know,
I honestly think they might. There's no way they haven't at least thought of doing that.
Yeah,
there's no way.
But on that episode, when I said that I honestly felt like the only thing that was genuinely good, and I meant it, was Mach Fumiaki. Mach Fumiaki is amazing in that movie. She has so much charisma and confidence, and she carries the whole movie.
She's great.
She's great. But everything else just falls so short. But she walks in, and I think it goes back to the fact that she was both a singer and a professional wrestler before this. I even found one of her when I was helping Jimmy with his Jimmy stunts. I found one of her matches.
It was
on
cool.
YouTube. One of her wrestling matches.
I saw that match too. I sat and watched it, and she creamed that girl. It was terrible. She just. I don't really watch wrestling that much anyway, but it's a heck of a performance, and just watching these two people go through really kind of an amazing choreographed dance almost. I mean, it's just an amazing thing to watch, and she looked like she was going to go down, but then of course at the end she just like curb stomped her opponent, and it was a little hard to watch.
By the way, Michael, no,
please make it
stop. No.
Tell them to stop. Kick them out. I'm taking all of your names out of the cup.
Yeah, let me think about that. Let me think about that a little bit again. No. I think it needs to be said in Spanish. No. Why don't we we'll throw it in Spanish. Why what is it? Isn't it it's what's it? No. What's no in French? I think it's also no. So we'll just no.
Also
Neon agrees with you. Mach Fumiaki's the only reason he watches the movie.
She's a valid reason to watch it. She's very entertaining.
Chris, no, it was actually, if I remember correctly, I believe it was AWJ.
I think you're right.
I think it was AWJ.
It was definitely an acronym, and for the life of me, I don't remember.
I'm pretty sure it was AWJ. I'll double check it, but if you really want to know, Chris, go to the MIFV website, look up Jimmy's notes on episode 46, and you'll see the clip there. But I believe it was AWJ or JWA. No, I think it was AWJ. I could be wrong, but he's a little bit more knowledgeable about Japanese professional wrestling. Anyway,
I'm gonna defer to him on that because I don't know. I have no clue.
Yeah. So yeah, Chris says he'll look into it. But anyway, so what else did I have on here? Oh yeah, the Gamma episodes. The Gamma episodes get to be watched by the guest, but poor Nate doesn't get to see them, which just makes him angrier.
That's right.
It's just one of the many things that have been happening this season to just wear him down, because that was something that I was and I don't know if that's it either, Michael. JWWA, I don't think so.
Michael,
but,
you misspelled Jawa.
Yeah, there you go. But that was one of the things I wanted to do. I wanted to just come up with a list of, like, just a cavalcade of things that it's just going to wear poor MIFV Nate down for the whole season. Just make him as miserable as possible. And just the Showa Gamera movies are just part of what is going on. And there are reasons for that madness. But let's move on to our next trivia question. Unless, again, Danny, if you have anything to contribute to this.
No, I think we covered it very good. Very
all right,
good.
Here we go. So trivia question numero tres. Who directed Reigo, King of the Sea Monsters, or what was the Japanese title again? I'm trying to remember the Japanese title. It was like
Deep Sea Monster Reigo versus the Battleship Yamato, which is
there you go.
That's still the title I use, because I love SRS Cinema, but their mockbustery titles for their releases of the films are really doing,
and their mockbustery
covers. I don't know. I feel like they're definitely getting the films out there for people to see, which I'm grateful for. But I've seen, man, if I had a nickel for every time I've seen somebody post in a Facebook group and say, look at this bad King of the Monsters knockoff I found at Walmart, when the movies were made, 15 years ago. At least some of them were.
Yeah.
And, anywhere from 12 to 15 years ago. It's just like, come on, guys.
Yeah. Okay. We got answers coming in.
All right. Let's see if anybody.
I'll wait a little bit longer. See if more people in the chat want to throw in some answers.
Yes. This is the only hint you're going to get. The guy who directed this is one of my favorite human beings on the planet. That's
and if you've seen the Kaiju Cast Younts documentary, Hail to the King, you've seen an interview with this.
You've seen an interview with him. You have seen an interview with him. He's done interviews I got to see this particular gentleman, who shall remain for the next few seconds unnamed, at G-Fest in Chex Watch 2016, I think. No, it's 2015 or 2016. I think it's 2015.
Yeah.
And it was the most charming thing. He was completely unaware of how much people in America love his movies, and he got emotional, and he brought 10 copies of the Raiga, Deep Sea Monster Raiga, with him that were subtitled, and he only thought he needed to bring 10. But people just lined up immediately to get those, and he was just overwhelmed and overjoyed, and that's why he made
while we're waiting for more answers to come in, just in case.
Yes.
I want to back up here and talk about how they're saying the rules are just going out the window. So Nick Blackler says the trivia game has turned into Calvin Ball. I love it.
It is a bit complicated.
Yeah, and the board says it appears Mr. Marchand makes up rules as he goes along. So do we.
I like how your inner Pegasus came out there for a second. It appears Mr. Marchand makes up rules as he goes along. So
is that,
do we.
Is that a Yu-Gi-Oh reference?
That is a Yu-Gi-Oh reference.
Oh my god, I forgot about that.
I have to make at least one Yu-Gi-Oh reference for every stream I do. And since I don't do a lot of streams, I don't get to make a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh references, and they get bottled up. So that's
all right.
But
anyway, I think now we can reveal the answer, and it is Shinpei Hayashi and Neon got it right.
Neon gets it. Neon is going to have a monopoly on the bowl here in a second.
Yeah, just about. And Michael, he got it right. Unfortunately, our friend Chris, not so much. But
you know what? Since we're making up rules, that's funny. Like that's really good. Well played. Oh man, that's good.
But just to let you know, Chris, I do recommend watching the Shinpei Hayashi's trilogy if you can. You can go to Walmart now and buy them. You don't have to go directly through SRS if you don't want to fork over the money for their Blu-rays. You can't actually buy them on mass market DVDs.
Yes. They have. They're starting to get more and more of those. It's always a treasure. A treasure. I mean, I guess it is, but I meant to say it was a treat to see one of those things because I mean, when I first saw the first two of Hayashiya-san's films, I mean, I had to get them through rather devious means because I never thought they'd come to the United States. They were independently produced comedies, and I didn't think there was a big enough audience for them in America, and B, a distributor in America that would put them out. So I mean, it's just amazing. Mockbuster titles and mockbuster covers notwithstanding. It is.
I'm so sorry, Nick. I mean, you could have tried.
I guess we should. You know what? Let's add it. Since we're changing things up, let's add a rule. If you don't know the answer, make something funny up, and we'll read it.
Sure, why not? So you know what? You know what? Just for that, throw one in for him because it's fun.
I think I will.
Yeah.
What are the rules? What is this trivia game?
Ball this to the all the way to the end.
Oh man. What are the rules to this?
But Neon does have a quick question here.
Oh,
I'm going to be very brief about this, but he wants to know, what did you think of of his third film, of his third movie? Now, I will say I will say this. Out of the three, I think it's probably the most accessible for a non-Japanese audience.
He's talking about the third one, though.
Yeah, Raiga versus Oga, I think is what he means.
Yes.
It's the most accessible, I think, for a non-Japanese audience. However, it has the worst production values out of all of them, which brings it down pretty hard. And which is why, honestly, I have to say, in terms of, if you're looking at a Japanese audience, Reigo is probably the best one because it has because it may not, I don't think it doesn't have the best production values, but they're decent enough, and it's still fairly accessible. Reiga has the best, which is the second movie.
Yes,
has the best production values. It had a lot of money thrown at it. It had a whole crew, but it is incredibly inaccessible to a non-Japanese audience.
It's very Japanese comedy and very funny. Very, very funny. But if I guess 9 out of 10 kind of just casual movie viewers, not were to pick it up.
Michael, what the commander hell is going on?
War and space jokes. That's keeping it topical. No, the third one is a film that I can't bring myself to dislike it too much. It's a film I have more respect for than actually, I guess, get objective enjoyment out of. Is that fair to say?
Chris, are you okay?
I'm assuming that's what that's onomatopoeia for. I don't know.
I think the villain from the Dungeons and Dragons movie did that. Anyway,
maybe he's got a hairball.
Before we get completely off the rails here, let's move on to the next slide. Some other MST3K inspired elements on the show. Obviously, yes, the show bills itself as being academic and about film appreciation, but that won't stop us from making jokes at the movie's expense. So there is some riffing. I've actually started kind of wanting to kind of sell the show to people as saying, like, stay for the film appreciation, the academic analysis, and the MST3K style riffs. Stay for the ongoing storyline with a colorful cast of characters. Yeah.
and what a cast it is. It's amazing how big it's gotten.
Yes, it's hilarious. But and then there's host segments, the storyline bits, or things like when Dr. Dorif first appeared. Thank you, Danny. Where it was a kind of a mock interview where he's supposed to be calling into the show, and he's all like, "Hello," and it completely stops the episode, and and then Nate just talks to him. So we have stuff like that, which is like we talked before. They did that. They would pause the movie for a minute, and they would come out of the Gamera song that has been used throughout this season. That was one of the host segments. Yes. And then there's an ongoing storyline now, which is something that MST3K did attempt. I believe correct me if I'm wrong, Danny, but I believe that was season 8 when they
Yes,
attempted to have an ongoing storyline because Sci-Fi Channel told them that they had to do it.
They had to. Now, there were some recurring things here and there, but most of the time before season 8, all of the plot line changes, like the big plot line things that were happening in the host segments of the show were mostly there, as self-contained within an episode. Like a good example of that is the Joel episode, Fire Maidens from Outer Space, which is not available on DVD due to rights issues with all of films, I believe, but you can watch the episode for free on YouTube via fan copy. It's a very funny episode. And in that episode, there's a running plot line where Crow wishes for a friend, and a friend appears, and it's basically the Crow puppet painted black. It's the theater silhouette Crow, and Crow calls him Timmy. And Timmy? Yeah. And Timmy doesn't talk, and he just kind of hangs around, but he's a very sinister presence. And each host segment between the movie bits shows Timmy getting progressively more and more malevolent until by the end, it is a full-blown Aliens parody with Tom Servo and Crow plastered to the wall in cocoons. And then Joel has to walk in and basically do the Sigourney Weaver and throw Timmy out of the spaceship with the lights blaring. You know, it's basically Alien and Aliens put together, and it's very funny, but they didn't really do a lot of that. The plot line stuff was mostly in episodes where big changes came. Like there's a plot line about, in the episode where Joel leaves, there's a plot line about Frank leaving. Mitchell. And goodness, what's another? I mean, obviously the one where Frank leaves at the end of season 6, Samson versus the Vampire Women, where he gets taken to second banana heaven by Torgo, which is hilarious.
They did also have running jokes that they would bring back in later episodes.
Obviously, Torgo's,
even the Gamera song has one of those because there's a line where Tom says, "So we keep all over the place."
Yes.
That's actually from a previous episode with. Which is one I haven't seen yet, I will confess. But I looked it up, and it's one where it's like this guy is trying to teach somebody martial arts. It's like from a season 1 or 2 episode.
Yeah, it's from.
I think he apparently I can't remember if the characters in the movie called it Haikiba or if Joel and the bots called it Haikiba.
No, it's in the movie. I don't recall the actor's name, but it was one of those. He was one of those character actors that was always trying to be funny, and the movie was Women of the Prehistoric Planet, which is not to be confused with Planet of the Prehistoric Women or Monster from a Prehistoric Planet or Journey to the Planet of the Prehistoric Women. Those are all different movies. Don't get confused now. But in Women from the Prehistoric Planet, there's a comedic sidekick character who tries to show off and do a karate move, and he goes, "Hi, Kiba!" and he does a pratfall instead of doing the move. And the characters, like Tom, Crow, and Joel, in the writer's room, the actors thought it was so funny that they kept using it. So you would hear them say Haikiba whenever somebody would do a karate move in one of the movies for like the next 3 or 4 years. And then Mike would do it a few times, but it was more of a Joel era running joke. But season 8 was completely different because remember, this was after the show had been canceled already. The show had already run its course at Comedy Central. This was around the time South Park was starting to take off, and it was really obvious that Comedy Central was favoring that show as its flagship, as opposed to Mystery Science Theater 3000. And they canceled it, but a letter writing campaign helped save it. And it came back for season 8, but one of the stipulations from the Sci-Fi Channel was all the host segments have to be an interlocked, continuing story arc over the course of 22 episodes. So
I guess with that.
It starts out with the Mike and the bots coming back to Earth, and they find out all this time has passed, and now the planet is ruled by apes. And Pearl is the lawgiver.
Speaking of apes, we were talking about crazy, similar sounding titles.
Quest for the Women on the Planet of the Apes. I would watch it, Michael, and you know I would watch it. You know I would.
Also, a little comment here from the board. Who are you calling colorful, Mr. Marchland? Yeah. I don't know who this Marchland guy is, but I'm sure he's pretty cool. So
yeah. I who knows? It's a mystery. But yeah, they land on the Earth, Planet of the Apes style, and that's where they pick up Professor Bobo, and he becomes basically a second banana style, Frank style second banana character alongside Pearl. And then after,
where is it? There you go.
Yes. Thank you. I'll be here all week. But after that, they go on a series of adventures. There's a few episodes where they're just kind of in space. There's an episode, of course, where they go to the Observer homeworld and meet Brain Guy. And there's an episode where they kind of camp out on a planet for a few episodes, which is obviously a dig at Lost in Space, where they would fly around for a while and then spend extended episode arcs just kind of on a planet, just hanging out with all the paper mache. But they kind of started to trail off a little bit at the end. They went to a bunch of different planets. And it's very fun.
Makes a very good point.
Yes. Indeed. I'm putting another one in the cup for that. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, no, we can't Calvin ball it that hard.
No, we can't do that. But no, season 8 ended up being an interesting experiment. The writers looked back at it proud of what they wrote, but it's not the way they would have liked to do the show. It was one of a couple of stipulations that Sci-Fi Channel put on them, the other of which being that the only movies they could do had to fall within a sci-fi and or fantasy genre, which meant they couldn't do like some of the stuff from the earlier seasons, like weird biker movies or stuff
or Mitchell. I mentioned Mitchell. Mitchell was a cop movie.
I'd say Mitchell.
It was trying to fall from this. It was a cop movie from the 70s. I was trying to cash in on the Dirty Harry Death Wish.
It was a Dirty Harry Death Wish kind of thing. I'd argue that Mitchell is a horror film, just not intentionally. Huh?
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. I got distracted because that gets an extra tag on my fake movie title. Does it? Rigged. Well, we didn't give him an extra. We joked about it, but we didn't do it.
No, we didn't do it. The paper remains unripped. Look at that.
Yeah.
So
you jerk. Anyway,
that's global.
And also going along with that, although not necessarily directly inspired by MST3K, but listener feedback. That was more just a podcast thing. But then I realized they did that on MST3K. They got real fan letters because they put up an address at the end of every episode saying, "Hey, here's our address. Send us mail." And they always use the ones that were sent by kids, which I thought was very sweet.
Yes,
because the kids would make drawings of Joel and the bots and the things, and they would show it off, and it was like, "Hey, look,
it was cute. It was cute.
Sent us, it was very endearing." And
it was. They got all kinds of stuff in the mail. They would get I want to say I saw an interview with either Mike or Kevin, I don't recall which, who said that somebody mailed them an entire thing of cookies. They just made them homemade cookies and homemade food, and some guy sent them toenails once. I mean, it was which by the way, listeners,
please don't send me toenails.
No, I think what Nate is trying to say is please send him your toenails. You know what? Actually, you know what? That's gross. Send fingernails. Anyway, the fan mail was always a big part of the show.
Actually, you know what's going to end up happening now? Yeah, Michael is going to go find all the toys that he really doesn't like, all the kaiju toys that like, and cut off their toes and send them to me.
No, Michael wouldn't deface toys like that. I'd like to think. The good news is not all monster toys have toes, though. So
yes,
sometimes you're in luck.
No, that one just looks like a walking turd that spins webs. I'm just saying.
Rude. So mean. I guess to get teased about that when I was a kid. My family would be like, "Oh, you're watching that Godzilla movie with the poo in it." Like,
oh, geez, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You have brought back bad memories for me.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to give you a Jimmy style PTSD episode.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. I need a minute.
Yeah. But anyway, speaking of that, let's move on to our next slide. But yeah, I have some funny little images, the MST3K fan club and the Patrick Swayze Christmas. That's another one of their classic.
Oh man. That's every Christmas that goes in, every holiday season. You got to watch either. Sometimes I alternate.
They only have what I think 2 true Christmas episomes.
3.
Or is it 3? 3? Three. 3 if you include the Netflix stuff because it's Santa Claus Conquers the Martians.
Mm-hmm.
What was the other one?
It's just plain Santa Claus.
Claus, which has the most insane Santa Claus mythology I have ever seen.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
Bonkers insane.
Wind up reindeer.
About it because that's a tangent. And then they did what was it? It was like a Santa's
the Christmas that almost wasn't.
The Christmas almost wasn't, which was super British.
Yes. And I also I also put those in constant rotation with all of the Christmas Rifftrax stuff.
Yes,
that's gone out because
and
my gosh,
there's one episode. It was a Mike episode that is almost a Christmas episode, but not really, and that was Jack Frost.
It was close.
It's close, but it's this really weird Russian fantasy film.
Mm-hmm. They did 4
Russian fantasy film because we like Jack Frost, but Jack Frost, he live in Siberia all year, and then he come and make the rest of Russia cold. I mean,
I have no words for that.
In the gulag in Siberia, but he like it there. So
yes, very much so.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll move on to the next slide. So trivia number 4. Get ready, people. This one I will admit is a little hard. This one's a little hard, but here you go. Rui Takada used what comical weapon on one of the kaiju in Ultraman X the movie? Now, I'm going to say this right now. Michael has no excuse to not get this right because we watched it together.
Even if he gets it right, I'm not putting his name in this bucket again. It's not happening. Sorry.
That is I think that might be a little beyond the pale at this point. You know,
no.
We've gotten beyond the pale of Calvin Ball at this point. But yes, Rui Takada used what comical weapon on one of the kaiju in Ultraman X the movie?
Who knows? Maybe nobody knows. I actually didn't remember this.
Okay, I'm just going to share this because Chris is trying to be funny. Which Jack Frost? The family one with Michael Keaton as a dad, or the one with the serial killer snowman? No, it's a completely different one.
It's a third one. There's actually a third one. They did it. It wasn't originally called Jack Frost. I'm actually completely drawing a blank on what the Russo Finnish title was.
Okay, I kind of okay. I'm going back to the trivia. I kind of figured it might be a little bit of difficulty with this because Neon says he says he's seen it, but he can't quite remember. Again, we're going by Calvin Ball rules. Make something up. We're ridiculous Kaiju Weekly. If it's funny, if it is deemed funny enough, you'll get an entry anyway.
This is not the same set of rules that we started with.
No, not entirely. But again, we're going to Calvin Ball this. Yes, there is another movie called Jack Frost.
Yes, so the third film in question.
We're done with Jack Frost. Okay,
no,
we're talking about comical weapons in Ultraman movies now.
I got to answer his question.
For the giveaways, you gotta give me an answer.
I tried, Neon. I tried to answer your question. I'm being stopped.
All right, Neon. I know you're having trouble. Like I said, throw something out there. If it's funny, you'll get an entry. If it's close enough, I'll let you have it. Just give us an answer. Throw an answer out there right now. Come on, Neon. Come on. Do it. Do it. Do it now.
You're just going to do it. It's not fun anymore now, man. Come on.
Okay. Now we got answers from, I think, everybody who's currently in the chat. So here's what we got. We'll go through this. Oh, we got several. Some people put in several answers. Hot dang. Calm the heck down, people. Okay. So we'll start with Neon. He actually gave us 2. So we got Whoopee Cushion.
That is dangerously close.
We got Whoopee Cushion, and let's see, where's Nick Blackler. Nick Blackler, he threw one in, so we got from Nick, Homer Simpson's makeup gun. Geez, calm down, Neon. He threw us another one, hand buzzer.
These are good. These are really funny.
Chris, a grape juice water gun.
Chris,
that's very specific. That is highly, highly specific. Is this like a water gun that you can only use at communion? Is that a Protestant communion there? And Michael gave us 2, and he might, I don't know about this one, but I said he has no excuse to get it wrong, and he got it wrong. He's close.
Oh, come on. That's
wrong.
Bubblegum cannon? We got it. Come on. That is basically true.
But the thing is, it's dangerously close, but it's also a little bit funny. But then he ruined it with his second answer.
Oh, you got
channels
it right. You're just
inner
not right.
Elijah.
Oh, you got. Oh, you got. Okay, it's the whole nipple thing. I don't. Oh,
Yep. He's
nip.
channeling his
I'm giving you a point.
channeling his inner Elijah there. Oh, Nick Blackler, we got another one. The alt Zuka? The alt Zuka. I want to make sure I said that right. The alt Zuka. Why is that not a thing? I want an alt Zuka right now.
Michael, I don't care what Nate says. You got that right. I'm putting it in.
His answer for which one are you actually, because I feel like Yeti Nipple Cannon kind of cancels out the kind of funny but slightly wrong answer.
Now I'm counting bubble because it's a bubble gum. It's a gum cannon, right? It's a gun machine. Gun.
Oh, you got it wrong too? You got it wrong too? Because no. It's not bubble gum, it's cotton candy.
Oh, that's right. It is. It was. I mean, was it at least pink? Did I get that part?
It was pink. It was pink. That might have been what was off because it was pink. It was pink.
Okay. All right. Well.
Neon is so certain. The alt Zuka. He's so certain it's the alt Zuka. It's the alt Zuka.
Gotta be. And
Michael said, it's close enough. Well, actually, cotton candy and bubble gum are not quite the same confectionaries.
Oh, here we go. The old difference between the bubble gum and cotton candy lecture from Nate. Let's
but it was cotton candy, and I was not prepared when that happened.
I saw that in theaters. I saw the Ultraman X movie in theaters, and
because that was back when it had its limited run for the anniversary.
Yes, the dubbed version. The dub was hilarious. The William Winkler dub was really. It was funny. It was really good. And the bubblegum. I remember the bubblegum. I said it again. I'm never gonna get that out of my
Neon. Nice job, Neon. To a diabetic, they are.
So. Oh, this stream is. This is getting unhinged here.
Off the charts at this point. I love my listeners. All right, let's go on to the next slide. Well, we're actually kind of done talking about the influence that MST3K has had on here. Now it's time for the other thing I advertised in this. Okay. Before we go on, Wilfred Brimley agrees with Neon.
Wilfred Brimley is right. Yes.
Yeah. The diabetes.
Diabetes. You got to say it like that too. You got to sound really tired.
He died recently, didn't he? Did the diabetes really get him?
I don't know if he died of diabetes. I don't know actually. I'm not sure. I wish I knew.
Anyway,
yeah. Poor Wilf.
Anyway.
Rest in peace.
Yes, may he rest in peace. But anyway, it's now time to talk about the big announcement.
Yes.
And the reason I wanted to announce this to everybody on this stream about MST3K is because it does relate to MST3K. So, in episode 50, which marks MIFV's second anniversary, we're going to have a very, very special movie being covered on the show. Anyone want to? Well, some of you know already, but so maybe I shouldn't ask for guesses. But prepare if you don't know, prepare to have your mind blown. Yes, we're getting to the war in space.
Jimmy is. I don't know if he's excited or freaking terrified. But
and yes, it's I mean, I've realized that's why I say the show is it's seeking entertainment and enlightenment through tokusatsu. I don't specifically say kaiju because there's not really a kaiju in the war in space unless you want to count not Chewbacca, but he's more like a kaijin.
Nope, never. That joke doesn't work. Never mind. I'll come up with a better one. You keep talking.
But yes, we are doing the war in space for episode 50. I've actually been kind of putting it off a little while, I will admit I've only know of a few podcasts that have even had an episode dedicated to the war in space, which is going to be interesting. But there's some other related things to go along with that. this is not going to be a typical episode. It is going to be an MST3K style riff track. So think of what Rifftrax does, where it's just a comedic commentary, and then think of MST3K, where they have they have host segments at the beginning and end of the movie. That's what this episode is going to be. You're going to get a host segment at the beginning and a host segment at the end, and then the bulk of the episode in the middle will be a commentary that will be designed for you to listen to while you watch the movie, just like Rifftrax. It's going to be fairly ambitious. I'm still trying to figure out how to do it, but this is something that me and a bunch of my friends have wanted to do for a really long time. Call us weird if you want. One of our dreams has been to make a riff track. We have wanted to do it for a long time.
Hey, you said I could call you weird, so when am I going to get that opportunity again?
What's this? What MST3K, but more funny, and you care about the characters more? That's a little harsh and also not quite Englished right, but
ouch.
He's used to it by now. He's a big boy. You can take it. What do you mean? Yes, I know I'm weird, Neon, but what?
You invited people. You said, call me weird if you want to.
Oh, okay. That's right.
Yeah, I just called you weird.
I'm having a goldfish memory moment right there. But anyway, and the riffers, because that's part of the that is part of the shtick of the show. We got to have guests. So the riffers will be MIFV Nate, me, my friend Joe Metter, who's one of the biggest MST3K fans I know. And you ready for this, people? Jimmy! Hitting the button to riff my own movie. And when I say Jimmy, I don't mean this. Yeah, no, it's going to be Jimmy for real. So, the guy who behind the mask, so to speak, it's going to be real deal Jimmy. It's not David Perrin, the actor from the movie, although that would have been epic, let me tell you.
That would have been cool.
It would have been cool, but I will have the real Jimmy on the episode riffing his own dang movie.
or at least trying to get through it without freaking out and having flashbacks. Poor guy. He's gonna be good.
We'll see if he can get through it. That poor Jimmy.
Yeah.
Reliving those traumatic moments.
How did you get Jimmy to agree to do this? Is the real question. How's Nate gonna get him to?
Well, it's basically. I'm not going to reveal too much because I don't want to give
too much
away about the story. But basically, Nate's going to be saying if I'm going to have to watch this movie, there's only one man I can watch it with. Bring me Jimmy. Yeah.
bring. I'm just imagining a tense moment where he's just if I'm going to do this, there's only one man.
You know what, Michael? I was actually thinking about that. Yeah.
Bring me NASA, Jimmy From.
Yeah, basically. But yeah, there might have been some Jack Daniels involved as well. Jimmy is very fond of his Jack Daniels.
Yeah, he's got the I don't know. Maybe there's a funny backstory with the Jack Daniels that we haven't explored yet. What role did Jack Daniels play in this very, very sad man's life?
I don't know if he's that sad.
No, he's confident now. He's obviously grown. I think this is a sign of growth for Jimmy, that's willing to face this film and face his past and maybe poke fun at himself a little bit. So we'll see. Yeah,
apparently my fictional bosses are looking forward to this as well. But speaking of that, that was very good timing on their part because it won't just be Jimmy. Nope, not just Jimmy. And it will also feature guest appearances and cameos by the board of directors.
So are we gonna get to find out some secrets of the board?
We'll find out some of the secrets.
Maybe who these I got to choose my words carefully because they're apparently listening, but something that is synonymous with the word lunatics, but not as harsh sounding.
Basically.
Yeah. We get to, so you're saying we get to find out who these people are?
Yes.
The people behind the board, the mystery
they
will be
are.
solved.
And if you pay really close attention, you will be able to you'll probably be able to recognize the voices of these board members, because I'm trying to get as many people who have been involved with the show to come back. Chris is trying to help you out with some of your word choices there, Danny. So whack job.
That's still a little hard.
Crazies.
Crazies. You know, I don't know. Both of those are quite. I feel like both of
not too far off, actually.
Oh, that's gold. That's gold.
Oh, Danny.
Oh, okay. See, we're good. The board and I are good. Okay.
For now, they say.
No. The board isn't. We're cool. We're cool.
Yes.
Mr. The Board, if that is your real name.
Yes, but we this is the big moment that a lot of, especially this season, has been building up to, and the next couple of episodes, the drama segments that are that you're going to be here going on, those are going to keep building up. I think I will say this much, since we're talking about MST3K on this. I won't give away any of the details, but I will let all of you know that basically what the premise of what's going to be happening is, in episode 49, Nate will finally just have it. He's just going to snap, and he's going to break contract finally. And then the KIJU studio is going to get launched into orbit with poor Nate stuck on it. And then the board's going to tell him, guess what? We win. And now you have to watch the war in space.
Wow. There you go.
So that's as much as I'll say. That is as much as because I want all of you to be as surprised by the details as possible.
That's good. It's good. This is exciting. I mean, Nate, how long have you been talking to me about this idea?
I think at least a year, probably longer. I think it's more like a year and a half at this point.
It might very well be. It
was very early on. Very early on. I was toying with you. I was having one of my forever long phone conversations with you. I just said, what if I actually had Nate get shot into space and did a Rifftrax for the war in space? You know?
Yeah, it's like, why not? As long as you don't sell it, you know?
Obviously, I can't sell it.
Obviously, don't sell it, then, you know,
Toho might have kind of forgotten that they made that movie, but as soon as they remember they made that movie, they're going to be like, what are you doing?
Yeah, yeah. Now they're not gonna. They wouldn't sue you, but they definitely send you an email, and then they'd be aware of this guy who's like doing this podcast with all.
And while they're at it, they're gonna rat me out to Lucasfilm, you know, because they're like, "What are you doing with the droid?"
No. You have to say rat you out to Disney, because that's who's going to get the email.
True, that's true.
You don't want.
Chris says he will snap, referring to Nate, MIFV Nate. He will snap. He may crackle, and will most certainly pop. Yes. Also, they say the board says it makes our mouth water.
That sounds familiar. Where have I heard that before?
What is this? Human misery is mouthwatering to you all? Definitely politicians.
Wow.
Oh, shots fired.
Get a little warm in here? Oof.
Yeah. Ooh, shots fired. Wow. But yes. And but like I said, pay attention. You'll probably recognize a lot of those voices.
Yes.
And I will say this much, because that's been one of the mysteries of the season. I was trying to figure out who is this board of directors. Again, I will confess to you, the reference to the Monster Island board of directors, that goes all the way back to episode 1. It was just meant to be a one-off throwaway line joke where Nate's just like, I'm just going to complain about my bosses, because that's what everybody does, right? Everybody complains about their bosses. So why not? You know, and then as time went on, they evolved into the villains of the story. It's just so funny how that happens.
It's good.
Oh, and just to let everybody know, in the lead up, you're going to get some revelations even before you get to episode 50. There's going to be a couple of shoes dropping over the next couple of episodes.
Oh, and I know, I pretty much know all of them. So I'm not.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to say the least.
Yes. My lips are sealed.
Blofeld on the board.
Oh, that would. You know what, Nate? I'm gonna just go there. Considering the connections between the production of You Only Live Twice and Toho, you could probably get away with that.
But isn't he? I mean, depending on which Bond continuity you're looking at, isn't he kind of dead?
Well, he's still alive in the current one, so we'll see.
Well, for now, anyway, we haven't seen. What is it called?
Who remember? I don't remember. Does anybody remember?
What is it?
No Time to Die. There's
No Time to Die. I was like, is it Too Young to Die? No, that's a completely different movie.
Oh my gosh, the one with Gene Simmons.
Oh yeah, I just saw a video about that one actually. Now Neil wants to know if George Soros would have scary George Soros. Would I have the scary guy on Soros on the board? No, that's too that's too terrifying even for me. And what's Chris got here? Unless you're your own boss, which you can do from home with the MLM scheme. With this MLM scheme.
There you go.
Oh no! How about Palpatine?
Yes.
I've met Ian McDermott. He is a delightful man.
Cool. I've never met him, but he's a sweet dude.
We can neither confirm nor deny.
How angry do we want Disney to be? Is the real question.
No, I think he's referring to whether or not any of the Blofeld or whoever was on the board.
Okay. Well, how angry do we want?
It was him, Nate, the author of all your pain.
I have waited a long time for this.
What? Newt Gunray? Oh my gosh! All of these prequel references of Jimmy was here, you'd be killing him right now,
dude. Can we get I'm trying to think of like the most like out there Star Wars name. I could Cy Snoodles. My favorite Star Wars name ever. Cy Snoodles. Is she on the board?
I actually found a method that's supposed to tell you what how to determine what your Star Wars name is, and I can tell you what my Star Wars name is.
We have to know now.
It's Marna Cypher.
Marna Cypher. That sounds more like a Matrix name than a.
Well, it's spelled weird. I'll write it out in the chat, but this is how it's spelled using the method. I kind of pronounce it the way I do just to make it sound cooler.
Yes.
In the chat, that's what it looks like. I'll put it up for everybody to see. Marna Cypher.
Looks like Sephora.
Yeah, but I say Cypher because it sounds cooler. Basically, the way you do it is that it's the first 3 letters of your last name, the first 2 letters of your first name, and then the first 2 letters of your mother's maiden name, and the first 3 letters of the city or town where you were born.
Can I do this in my head? Probably.
You may have to write it out and then type it, I guess.
I guess so. What is it again? I have to know.
Here's the question. Okay. So it would be DIM. So your first name would be Dimda.
I am already not sold. Go, keep going. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know your mother's maiden name or the city where you were born.
So how does it work? What is it about the maiden name?
The first 2 letters of your mother's maiden name.
Okay.
And the first 3 letters of the city or town where you were born.
Okay, Dimda Rotol. Dimda Rotol. That's my Star Wars name.
Rotol?
Dimda.
I've heard worse. The coolest one I've heard is my friend Eric Anderson used this method to find his, and his actually is really cool. His was Ander Mayhaus.
That works. That lines up.
I like that one. But what the heck, Chris? Are you a character? Okay. Are you a character in a Matrix reboot? So he had the same joke as you, but what the heck?
Thought that was how you got it. Oh, wow. Wow.
No, I think the stripper name, there's a different method to find the stripper name.
I think it involves like the last food you ate or something.
or your favorite candy, I think.
Yeah. It's
which would be very weird for me because my favorite candy is peanut butter cups. And that
I was about to say, like,
very good for a
Nate Marchand, aka Thrust Reese's. You know,
Thrust Reese. Reese thruster or something.
No, that's
No, that sounds more like a prostitute name, but
we need to change the subject.
yes, let's
We
move
need to-
on, shall we? So yes,
We need
big
to-
announcement.
yeah.
The war in space is coming. That sounds weirdly foreboding.
The war in space is coming. We were talking about having me do the voice for like if we're gonna do like a promo or something. We were talking about having me do the voice.
Yes,
So,
do an voice. You've heard enough of the episodes. Do the episode drop. So the what is it? Live from Ogasawara. And just make it War in Space in episode 50. Do it for us right now. Do it live.
Oh, okay. All right, here we go. Live from the KIJU studios comes a live broadcast of Nate Marchand and everybody's favorite sidekick, Jimmy from NASA, doing a live riff of The War in Space. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, it's the riff you've been waiting for. The War in Space.
Chris, that was great, Danny. But Chris, please, enough with the strippers.
Oh, no. Don't let your kids watch Nate stream.
But yes, Eric Anderson, co-author of the Fantastic 42, put a little promo in there. My next book, which will probably be out in the next couple of weeks. Yes, next book. And which Chris did contribute to. But yes, get your mind out of the gutter with the strippers.
Please don't. I'm going to have to read the comments later.
Unless it's Paint Stripper, and then we're okay. But anyway.
Okay, that's fine.
So,
that's fine.
Just so you all know, there are ways that you can help make this well, not necessarily. It's not that the episode won't happen without your help, but you can really help to make it a wee bit easier for all of us. All of us who are involved, including Danny, because Danny will be contributing to this. You're actually helping me write the riffing script. So
yeah, I am contributing some jokes to the script. So I am a writer on the project, and if announcer guy gets hired to do a promo, I'll end up promoting it. So
yes, most definitely. So we initially were thinking about doing this as kind of a small Kickstarter, but after thinking about it a wee bit more, we decided, you know what, we'll just make it a Patreon thing. So it's going to be a Patreon thing. So currently the podcast is getting about $50-$60. Well, except for Michael, who I hope you added a name for him. He did up his pledge.
Yes,
yeah. So you can help by upping your pledge, and you will get some additional bonuses on top of the normal perks that you get on the Patreon for MIFV. So upping your helping. So we're going to use MIFV Max and all the supporters on Patreon to help make this possible. So we've got a few goals in mind. So our goals are, we'll do 550, 800, which will be our first stretch goal. And then if we get to 1,050, that'll be our second stretch goal. So at each of the Patreon tiers, you're going to get some extra things. By default, including all those who are already on MIFV Max, when you contribute at the $3 level, we're going to have a watch party on Discord for the movie and the episode. And then, I know it says KQ commentary. KQ means Kaiju Quarantine. Remember Kaiju Quarantine? Those were fun.
Oh, yeah.
So,
I got very drunk during one of those.
Yeah, poor Jimmy. But, if you thought Yeti was bad, you haven't seen nothing yet. But anyway, I recorded several of the commentaries that I was involved with during the Kaiju Quarantine events. I will be editing them together a little bit and making them available to supporters who are making this project possible. And depending on how much you contribute, you will get more of them. So if you're at the $5 level, you'll get your choice of one of them. I'm also going to give you a TeePublic code, so you can go to the TeePublic store for the Film Vault, which needs to have some more products added, admittedly. So you can get a discount there. If you go to $10, you get 3 of the commentaries, and we'll make some stickers. We got some ideas for some sticker items that I'd like to send out to people. And then the $25 level, you'll get I believe the most I have is 5. So I have 5 Kaiju Quarantine commentaries. At least I found 5 for sure. And so you'll get all of them. And then we'll make a mini poster. I have some artists who are going to be doing a little poster for the event. Should look really snazzy. And if we hit the stretch goal, so if we get to $800 on Patreon, and then again at $1,050 on Patreon, and we only have to do this for, we'll say, 1 month. So you only have to pledge at this level for 1 month, just so you know. And then you can either cancel or you can go back to where you were. And then we'll add extra tiers where you can get more stuff. If we meet the stretch goal, and then you go to the and then you decide to do the stretch goal tier of $50, which I'm going to limit to 10 people. I figured out how to do it. I will make physical copies of the episode on CD and send those out to you. Just the commentary. It won't be the movie because I want Toho to like me. But so I will send out a physical CD of the episodes. Probably going to have to be on 2 discs because CDs can't hold 2 hours worth of material. Hey, it's Elijah! Elijah, ET13 Productions. Throw his name in.
You got it.
Throw his name in. All right. And then just for the heck of it, I will make it so that if you go $100 to help make this possible, that lucky person will only have one person doing it. Hopefully they'll still be there, but I've been on eBay and I have found actual War in Space movie lobby cards. I will purchase at least one from any of these auctions, because they're usually pretty ongoing auctions, because I guess people just aren't interested in collecting War in Space memorabilia. By the way, just to show it off, the DVD.
Yes.
The official DVD from Discotech. This is one of the most expensive discs that I tracked down for the podcast, but it has paid off more than any of the rest.
For sure.
For sure. I will purchase at least one of those lobby cards and send it. There's one on there. There's an auction for one of them that has been there for months that I kind of want to get for myself, which is, oh man.
Don't say it, because somebody might jump on eBay and buy it while we're just sitting there talking.
Yeah. Let's just say I found one that I'm like, I think I kind of have to have these. What's really funny is they're all in foreign languages.
They're German, if I recall correctly.
There's some that are in German and some that are in Spanish, which is just really funny.
Yeah, because I've had
but of course, Elijah leads with that.
We already had Yeti Nipples making a cameo. How many Yeti Nipples do we need in one stream, really? I'm
looking back through the chat while we've been talking, and good Lord, you people. They're coming up with more like stripper names on here, and some of which I don't feel comfortable sharing.
I would not. I will look through the comments later, although I will so far throw my vote at Yeti Nipples, because that could be a name.
I don't think that's the stripper name, but
it's not. But think about it. It wouldn't be a good
really
one.
Elijah? Really? Is that some sort of veiled dirty joke there?
Is that a Yeti nipple in your pocket, or? Oh man, we got to stop this.
Don't you dare, Michael! Don't you dare!
Oh, Michael, it's this one specific lobby card Nate was talking about. If you go to eBay and you type it, never mind. I will lose at least one friend tonight.
Yeah, at this rate, you just might. But Elijah, just so you know, you have been entered for the drawing.
Yep.
And you can increase your chances by answering the next trivia question. You've missed the other trivia questions, and there are other ways to get your name on there. If you join the Patreon and all that fun stuff, go on the Twitters, and you should be able to find any of the social medias for the podcast, and you should be able to find the rules for how you can get more entries for the giveaways, just so you know, since you're coming in late there.
Man, wait.
Anyway, but speaking of that, I think we've covered everything for that slide.
Mm-hmm.
So keep all of that in mind. Should help incentivize things, and you'll still get the other perks that go along.
When's the episode dropping?
That will be the first episode of October.
All right, so it's coming up soon.
Just to let everybody know, this is a little peek behind the curtain, although it's up on the website, so you can see the next episode will be King of the Monsters 56 with Elijah, and then we're gonna get to Gamera Guardian of the Universe, and then our next Patreon sponsored episode with Damon Noise, and it's going to be for the Magic Serpent, and then
good movie.
50, and then episode 50, The War in Space.
Awesome.
All right, so we'll move on to the next slide, which I believe is the trivia. The next trivia. Yes, the trivia. This one, I will admit, it's a little bit difficult, but if you've paid attention to the podcast or followed me as an author for any length of time, plus I gave you a little bit of a hint to help narrow it down. Here you go. My novella, Destroyer, was inspired by which Millennium series Godzilla film? Go for it, people. Go for it. And yes, Chris, we did. We talked about Gamera on your show.
It is a film that should be talked about on every show ever.
Neon, that is the wrong series, but I'll let you have a second guess since you realize you got it wrong.
That's a good guess. It's close. For sure. Absolutely.
Are you Gary now?
Yes, I am.
You're Sid the Sloth.
I'm Sid. You have beautiful eyes, Nate. Oh, man. All right, let's see.
All right, we've got a few answers in. So we've got, let's see. So we got Chris. He guessed GMK.
Close.
Close, not quite.
Close.
Not quite. Sorry.
Process of elimination dictates that there are only 5 options left.
Yeah. That was also Neon's guess.
Okay, good guess.
GMK. And then Michael over here got even closer.
Oh, again, process of elimination.
So close, man. So close. But it was our friend Elijah. He got it. Godzilla against Mechagodzilla.
All right. Explain for the people who don't know, aka plug your book real quick while I add Elijah's name.
Yes. In fact, I'm going to grab it because that is actually one of the prizes. Oh, wait. I don't have it in the box. I need to go grab it. Hold on.
Wait, no, Nate, don't leave me here. Oh, geez. Don't leave me all alone. I don't know how to do streams by myself. Oh, geez. There's so much stress. Thank goodness you're back, Nate.
Yeah, here we go. So, yes, Destroyer, which is, and you'll be getting a signed copy today. And in the drawing, I should say. So this was inspired by Godzilla Against Mechagodzilla. It was actually the first time I saw it, and I ended up actually kind of disappointed because I really thought the idea of Mechagodzilla Kiryu going berserk was just a absolutely marvelous idea that was just rife with potential for storytelling, and didn't quite pay off. Oh, Nick Blacklery threw his name in Tokyo SOS again. Very close, but no.
Close. Very close.
Yeah. But I was just so disappointed that ended up going nowhere. Well, they used it for 5 minutes, not even 5 minutes, just a couple of minutes, and then it never happened again. And I'm like, there's so much potential there, and I feel like you just left it on the table. I was really disappointed. Now, later on, after I wrote this, I did finally see Tokyo SOS, and they pay it off a little bit, and still wasn't didn't quite live up to what I thought it should be. But that isn't to say that Tokyo SOS was a terrible follow-up to it. It wasn't. I learned to appreciate Tokyo SOS more the second time I saw it after that. And I'm not even going to sit here and say that, again, Godzilla Against Mechagodzilla is a terrible movie. It's not a terrible movie. It just didn't quite reach the heights that I wanted it to. So I took that concept of the Berserk cyborg and made that the entire story. And I'm very proud.
There are no human characters in this book. None.
Oh, what, are you crazy?
Human characters, because human characters ruin monster movies. So they're
and they especially ruin books. I mean, so we went full tilt super experimental with this. It's told entirely from the cyborg's perspective. No, I'm BSing you.
For real. There's some good characters in this book.
It's actually, it's a very character driven story. But I co-wrote it with my friends Natasha Hayden and Timothy Deal, and then there's a bonus short story from Natasha's husband Nick in this as well that admittedly is it's tied to the story, but he based the whole story off of a plot element that didn't really that wasn't used a whole lot because it just wasn't as important to the grand scheme of things, and he made a whole story around it. And I have gotten more requests for a sequel to this than I think just about any other book that I've written, and thanks to one of my author friends just feeding me ideas when I wasn't necessarily asking for them, like, I hate you. Now I want to do it. And so I've at least one sequel idea percolating in my brain about this. So
add it to the list.
Add it to the list. I've got a gazillion projects as it is.
That's right.
I mean, taken over by Kevin is close enough. This is true.
That is true. That is true.
That actually does kind of pay that off a little bit too. Humans ruin everything. That's a very philosophical statement that is beyond the pale of this stream right now.
That's right. Big questions that we're not equipped to handle, especially since
I think I'm equipped to handle it. It's just not. This is not the appropriate.
We got 14 minutes before Kim's stream starts, so we don't have time.
We got to do the drawing. We got to do the drawing, and hopefully, all the winners are in this. At this point, we got to Calvin ball this, Danny. Should we say that given the that there are more prizes than people in the stream currently? Do we want to say people can get multiple prizes?
I don't know about that. This is getting a little, because then where does it end? Like how many?
You can get two.
Oh man. I guess either that or you hold on to the unclaimed prizes for the next stream.
What do you? Well, I can't necessarily ask the chat what they think, because they're going to say, "Yes, I want to." Michael's all like, "Yes, I want to. I want to."
Two prizes. Switch to decaf, Nate. Oh man. All right, I've got the thing.
Good Lord, I'm not. No, Elijah, I'm not dignifying that with a share. No.
What? I don't want to know. I do want to know. What am I? I'll look later. I will look later.
He came up with a stripper name for Jimmy.
Okay, I'm definitely looking later.
Yeah, they want apparently like I said, the chats are like, yes, I want two prizes.
Okay, so how many people are in the stream right now? We
have if I go by what it says here, we have 4, and I think I have at least, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I do have 8 prizes.
Yes. So I guess we could dish out 2 per. I mean, 2 per. I mean,
I got to get rid of these somehow. So,
but that doesn't. But I've got, how many names are in here? I mean, I feel like I've got 10 different names in here.
Yeah, that's the problem, because you have to be in the stream to win.
Maybe what if there's so many people though? What if can we change that rule and then see if we can contact them?
I suppose we could do that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, we'll do that.
Yeah, but if you're in the stream,
we'll stick to the original rules. We'll stick to the original rules. But how about this? If I don't hear back from the person,
we'll have another drawing.
We'll have another drawing. So if we draw Bex, and Bex doesn't get back to me by a certain time, then we'll have another drawing, and that prize goes to someone else.
That makes sense. It gives everybody who's in here, because there's quite a few people.
We'll keep the pass. People can still have the one pass. For the people who are in the stream, if there's a particular prize that you want and you didn't win the one you wanted, just say pass. Okay?
All right.
Otherwise, you're stuck with what you get. Sorry.
You get what you get. You don't throw a fit. That's some wise words there. But we got a good audience here. No one's going to be.
Pass the unclaimed prizes to the next drawing. Save money that way. We talked about that. What is this? You might save on postage shipping multiple prizes to the same address. That is also true.
Oh, see, here's another good one. Whatever we do, we only got 10 minutes to figure it out because we don't want to overlap with Kim.
Yeah, we don't.
Otherwise, everything timed out.
And no, Elijah, he doesn't get a prize. You got it. He exempted him.
I'm not cool enough.
Mostly because he has everything. It's mostly because he has everything in the prize pack.
Dude, I'm a big collector, and it turns out that pretty much everything in that prize pack is either something I've gotten myself or something that Nate has sent me because it's his books. Yeah. So I opted out.
Do we want to keep the? Well, okay, we'll keep the pass for the people in the stream. If it's a name not in the stream, they get it. They're stuck with it. All right.
And
so
if they either that or if they don't come back to you, they don't get back to you, then you just hold on to those prizes for another stream.
Yeah,
we'll do more.
All right. So that's what we'll do it. Yeah, keep it convenient for Kim. That the decision has been made. The rules are the same. It's just that now people who are not in the stream could potentially win. And yes, Michael, the theme of this stream is let's change all the rules. It's Calvin Ball, man. Calvin Ball. All right, here we go. First prize.
All right.
Oh, wait, what are you doing? Nope. There we go. So our first prize is Godzilla. What is it? Monsters and Protectors, issue number 1.
Yes, the one everybody already has. I'm kidding. If you don't have it, it's a good chance to get it. Let's see. All right, I'm gonna do it on camera so no shenanigans.
All right. So who is the lucky winner of Monsters and Protectors number 1?
Oh my. Neon.
Do you want it, Neon, or do you want to pass?
Let us know.
Because then we'll draw. If you want to pass, we'll draw another name.
Well, I mean, I can just put.
I don't know how long the delay is on this.
I know it's not that long.
Or is Neon still in the stream?
Neon, speak to me, boy. Talk to me, boy. Are you there, boy?
Neon is taking it. So
yes.
So you might want to make a note of that, Danny.
All right. I'm going to put
Neon. Monsters and Protectors goes to Neon.
Monsters and Protectors number 1. I'm going to put comic there just so I know.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go. That's the only comic. And then up next, the DVD of Rego, King of the Sea Monsters.
As per the trivia question from earlier. All right. Who's going to get it?
If it's Neon, you have to draw another name.
No, it's Nick this time.
Nick. All right, my friend Nick. I'll get a hold of him and see if he wants it. Which actually that'll save me some postage because he only lives a hop, skip, and a jump away from me. So I'll put that down. Nick gets Rego. What's funny is I actually did offer this to Nick once.
I guess we'll see how that goes. All right.
Yeah.
Shake it. All right, here we go.
All right. And then next up, let me see. Make sure everyone sees it. Next up, we have Ultraman X and Ultraman Ginga, the movie on Blu-ray. Now, just to sweeten it for you guys, this was a Walmart exclusive. So if you're a crazy collector, then you'll want this because it's actually a unique release, even though you can get the content of these movies elsewhere in the Mill Creek releases.
But it's a good little double feature to kind of recreate the theatrical release from a few years ago.
This is true.
I got it to support Mill Creek. Hey, look, it's Chris Cook-ing.
Oh, Chris, you want it? You want some Ultraman? We did a watch along for a Patreon exclusive episode where we watched Trigger. So
awesome. Here, by the way, Nate,
Chris, you want it? You want Cotton Candy Cannon? You know you want Cotton Candy Cannon.
Here, Nate, take the PowerPoint down so that people can see the prizes better.
Okay. That's a good point. I'm putting that on there so people could see what's coming up. But yeah.
Well, you're just going to show them anyway, so it's fine.
Yay! Chris says he'll take it. So Chris gets himself some Ultraman.
Ultra X Blue.
Ultra X? That sounds like an MST3K movie waiting to happen.
Ultrax
from the planet Zimbabwe. All right, next up we got Destroyer. So we'll be giving away the autographed copy of Destroyer.
Worth a fortune on eBay because it is autographed. You can put it up with all of your scalped Gorosaurus figures.
Yeah, which I'm starting to think. I'm starting to think those new Playmates figures are myths because I've not seen them anywhere.
I just saw somebody on Facebook today show a picture. Hey, found this by accident at my Target and got it. So they're out there. Go looking. Ooh, the Cellcast. That is
the Cellcast. All right. Well, I'll get a hold of the Cellcast and they get a look.
All right, Cellcast.
That goes to them if they want it.
Destroyer. There we go. Not Destroyer.
Right.
Destroyer. Ah, yes.
All right. So make a note of that. Next up, we have Attack of the Kaiju, Volume 2. Volume 2. I have a short story in this. It is. It's called The Shisa and the Dragon. Let me find it on here. Let me find it, and I will autograph this for you. I think I've autographed it. This is from. This is Neil. Neil is in this as well. Neil Reeb, Skip Peel, we're all in this. The Shisa and the Dragon. Okay, they don't give a page number, but I'll sign this for you. Where is it? It's from Wild Hunt Press. Is this it? No, that's not it.
All right, you figure that out. I'm going to draw on.
Yeah, but it's a short story. It was actually inspired by an Okinawan legend that I have very little doubt contributed to the plot of Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla in 1974. Hilariously, and this is where that joke has come from. I don't know how well. Let me make it easier to see. But the whole Marchland joke, because on the front cover here, you see my name. They spelled it wrong. Yeah, right here.
Hey, Nate.
Marchland. What?
I totally pulled Michael's name.
Well, Michael's probably going to pass on that because he already has it.
I will pull it again, and I will put Michael's name back in.
Yeah. So he already has a copy, so I'm going to give him his that.
A different one. Michael's destined to have 8 copies of this book, I think.
Apparently.
If does Neon? We already did.
Neon already won.
I know. I'm just. Oh, here we go. There's a name we haven't pulled yet.
What is that?
It's Nick.
Nick. Oh, Nick Blackler. All right, Nick Blackler.
Wait, no. Nick got Rago. Never mind.
Oh, he got Rago. Okay, Nick. No, wait. No, that was Nick Hayden.
Oh, Nick Hayden got Rago. Okay.
Yeah. Nick Blackler.
Right.
Nick Blackler. Do you want this? Speak now or forever hold your peace. If you're in the chat. Are you still in the chat, Blackler? Yeah, you there? I wish I could actually see who is actually in the chat. Is there a way I can actually just see who's in the chat?
I don't know. YouTube.
Viewers. Okay.
Figure it out, YouTube.
Live viewers. It just, yeah.
Well, you have his number.
Yeah. All right. Well, at the moment, there he is. He says he'll take it. So Nick Blackler has claimed his prize.
Yes.
So he gets Attack of the Kaiju Volume 2. I wish they put page numbers on their table of contents because I'm trying to find it. But yeah. But it's called The Shisa and the Dragon, like I said. And yeah. Oh, wait, let's see. Maybe I can kind of find it. Yeah, we don't have time. But
we don't have time.
It's a wonderful little short story. It was fun.
All right. We have only a few minutes.
All right, let me see. Wait, I gotta show. Let everybody know. Now we're doing a Funko. Ultraman Jack. Or as he is commonly called on the podcast, Ultramite. Yes. Like Batmite, but more ultra.
Okay, I got Michael again.
Well, he already. Well, okay. I guess Michael. You get Ultramite. You used your pass already. You're stuck with it now. Add it to your collection. Sorry.
You're stuck with it. All right, we got 2 prizes left and not a lot of time to do this.
Okay, so next one is this one's going to be a fun one. This is going to be I'm trying to remember. Have we run out of names at this point? I know we still have a few names who haven't won yet.
We have a few names who haven't won.
But next up we have, and I don't care if because some people are upset with me for saying this. I don't care, but we have Gentle Jaguar, the Playmates Jet Jaguar, which for a hot minute was almost impossible to find, and now they're everywhere.
Yeah, they're all over the place now. They're all over the place now. I'm really shuffling these and trying to get ones out that haven't been selected yet. So, and
Jaguar. This is a nice figure. I will admit, it's a nice.
It is a good figure.
It's pretty nice. The only downside is that he's hard to stand up sometimes.
Yes. See if Tofu wants it.
Tofu Fury. Actually, I know who Tofu Fury is. He'll love this.
Awesome. All right, I'm putting him down for
Tofu Fury. I still think his username sounds like a Jackie Chan movie about cooking, and I want that to exist. But now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the big boy.
All right,
the big boy. You probably can't see it on there, but it's time for the big boy. This was the item that inspired me to do this drawing. He's gonna take up the whole screen here. It's gonna be hard to do. Oh, man. See, he's so huge I can't get him in here. There you go. Oh wait, no, yep. Mecha Godzilla. This thing was so impossible to find. The only one that was harder to find was the 6-incher.
I still haven't found one.
There it is. I found several of these at my local Walmart because my Walmart is cooler than your Walmart. And here he is. You want to win me? You got to be in the chat. I have a name.
I have a name here. I haven't read. It's in here. So we're gonna find out who it is. Oh, 'tis Elijah.
Elijah, you got him! You got Mechagodzilla! You want me, Elijah? You better not say no. I'll let you have me already.
Who's gonna say no to Mechagodzilla, right? I mean, that thing is.
Are you going to say no to Mechagodzilla? Hilariously, I know you hate this design, but you won. I love the fact of the irony that you won when you hate me.
Should we pick the name?
He's taking it. Oh my gosh. The guy who has gone on record as saying he hates this Mechagodzilla and he hates that movie. He is accepting him. Oh my frick. Now, Elijah, please don't be cruel and do something like set this on fire and put it on YouTube or something. Please.
No, he's gonna hawk it on eBay for $200.
He probably will.
That's exactly what he's gonna
do. I'm just gonna send it to you. And oh no, we got some wheeling and dealing going on here now. Michael's trying to buy it off of him.
The high price of $1. Wow.
Which
That's
is
funny.
I guess it's technically fair because Elijah's getting it for free, so he's making a profit.
He would be making a profit. $1 plus shipping. Because I'm imagining that you have to send it to Elijah, and then Elijah's going to send it to Michael, so it'll be a Mechagodzilla triangle at that point.
Yeah, this Mechagodzilla trifecta. All right, so thank you, Danny, for doing that. Be sure to text me the list after we close out the stream here in a second. I can make sure that these go out to who they need to go out to, and I will contact the winners who were not in the stream, but they should have been in the stream. Dang it, you all should have been in the frickin' stream.
It's all good. I got a pile of winners right here with their corresponding prizes written on them. So I will send those to you, Nathan, and then you can send all of these lovely people. We had an awesome audience tonight, by the way.
Yes, that was fun. That was fun.
Great. That was great.
Some of y'all, what is wrong with you?
Oh man, but it's lots of good. You got good listeners, dude. You got, all joking aside.
Neon, get him before the scalpers do.
#scalpers.
Save the vinyl. I'm telling you, people. I know this seems like a silly thing, but I'm serious when I say this. If you go, even if you don't collect toys, if you're not into the collecting scene in this fandom, if you go to your local big box store and you come across any of this Godzilla merch, please just buy it. Please just buy it. That you can either give it to somebody that you know will appreciate it or sell it to them at retail, because these scalpers they're doing horrible things. And every time I see scalpers, trying to, buying these $30 figures and charging $100 for them or something ridiculous like that. All I keep thinking is they probably had a whole cart full of those things. It took every single one on the shelf. And there's a bunch of kids whose dads or mothers or whoever walked in there to get them one of those toys, and they've been deprived of that. And it's not fair.
Yeah, so I've picked up a couple of extra things and sent them to people. Just because
I got one of them actually.
Yes, you did. I found, which one was it? Was it Jet?
No. I got Jet myself.
Yes.
You almost got me a Jet because I was like, I don't know if I'm going to find Jet, and I started finding Jet everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
But no, you gave me it was a Godzilla. It was a heat ray Godzilla.
Yes, that's right.
Then I'm like, well, I can't just have a Godzilla. So then I tracked down a Kong.
That's how.
And then I started buying the other toys. So I'm just like, what have you done to me?
There are worse habits. There are worse habits.
Yeah. But
anyway,
thank you so much. But I do want to reiterate what Danny said. I can't say this enough. I have wonderful. I don't want to be hyperbolic and take anything away from my podcast friends, but I have absolutely wonderful listeners, and you people are amazing. They're a big reason why I do this, and I love hearing from you, and whether it's in the stream or through the feedback or whatever, and I love giving back to you, and I really do hope that you'll seriously consider going to Patreon right now, and even if it's only the $3, it is much appreciated, just to make this the whole process, because it's hard work to be a podcaster, let me tell you.
Yeah. And
the knowing that there are people out there who not only appreciate the podcast and listen to it every time there's a new episode on Wednesday, by the way,
yes,
but who are also willing to give me their hard-earned money to help make it possible. I can't thank you enough. So
it's humbling. It really truly is to have people who, not only just acknowledge that you're making something, but will also, listen to it, or in my case, read it, or jump onto a live stream, listen to an episode. It doesn't seem like you're doing a lot. You're just playing an episode or reading something, but it really isn't. It feels like $1 million to creative people. It really feels like you're getting a big hug from someone, and it's very humbling, no matter how small you might think it is big. Trust me.
Yeah. And this is interesting. Nick says this is only the second time he's participated in a live YouTube chat.
Oh, wow!
Thank you very much. I appreciate that you did that for me, and I guess it's also true for Chris. So I can think of only one appropriate way with all this talk of MST3K and riffing and all of that stuff. There's only one way that we can close out this stream, Danny.
Is there?
Thank you.
Let's do it again because you were talking.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
From Dr. Forrester and Larry, the original assistant before TV's Frank. So
indeed.
Thank you guys so much. But be expecting your prizes this week.
Yes. And go listen to Kaiju Kim, who should be live right now.
Yeah, she'll be talking with Henry the host, to talk about Apex. So
awesome.
Go give her some support, because she makes some of the most wholesome Kaiju content on YouTube. So
Kim is a treasure. Support her. Go listen to Henry. All that good stuff.
All righty. Here we go. Time for some credits. Thank you for listening to the Monster Island Film Vault, a podcast produced and hosted by Nate Marchand. If you enjoy the show and want to join the discussion, we'd love to hear from you. So email us at feedback@monsterislandfilmvault.com. Your message could be read on a future episode of the show. Our website is monsterislandfilmvault.com. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Monster Island Film Vault, and on Twitter, where our handle is at the Monster Isla 1. You can also follow Jimmy from NASA on Twitter at NASA Jimmy, and the Monster Island Board of Directors at Monster Isla BOD. I have fulfilled my contractual obligations. And be sure to subscribe to us on YouTube, Spotify, and Twitch. The podcast logo was created by Tyler Souls from TylerDrawsComics.com. Our theme song is Wanderer on the Offensive, live edit by B33J, Sarax, Juan Madrano, and Nonsensical Lexus, which is a remix of Counterattack, Battle with the Colossus, and The Opened Way, Battle with the Colossus by Kawatani from the video game Shadow of the Colossus. All film and audio clips belong to the respective copyright holders, and no infringement is intended or implied. Please rate and review us on Apple Podcasts and or Podchaser to spread the word about the show. You can also support us by joining MIFV Max on Patreon. The Monster Island Film Vault is a Moonlighting Ninjas Media production. Sayonara!